Welcome back to our Brazil playthrough, episode 25. On the previous episode, we went ahead and got our cement factory all supplied. It is running. So we have yet to get some bags to pop out there, but we might be getting close. So probably, I don't know if we're going to need this trailer up here, but we'll just drop it here. Keep it out of the way. We need to run down to the store, and we're going to buy a conveyor belt. We'll have to look and see what they have and what would work with the dirt and the rocks. We need something that could pick that up, and then we'll see how that goes. We can set it right by those piles, and then I think we can try to get, well, we'll get two of them. Well, we'll do one first to test out, of course. But the ultimate idea is to have two, and then we can get another container for our Mercedes-Benz truck. And then we can drop one off that can fill, and then we can go to the other one, pick it up, and then take that where it needs to go. It's gonna save, that would save us a lot of clowning around. Especially when we gotta like maximize our business now. And then any extra, once we catch up on the rocks, because it'll go fast, we can use the wheel loader to pick up all those rocks on the side. So it's still got use yet for the wheel loader. And then we can keep things topped up. But I'm really looking forward. I hope this works out. I'll also be able to, like I said, we're going to borrow this forklift right here because we're going to need it to pick up our cement bags. We haven't used it at all this series, and I don't think we will ever use it over here. So I think we'll take it and get some use out of it. I do like them having these on the map because you don't, I mean, they always should have these at the sale area. And when you do tab, you don't tab to it, of course, because we don't own it. Let's take a look at the conveyors and then see if we can find something that will work. So this one doesn't have the picked up materials on it. We know that one's just a extender. This is the one that actually connects to the small one to pick up off the ground, which of course those two would work. I think could we get away with just the one is the question, or could we use like this AGI one? This lizard one here doesn't. I guess it does dirt. Let's see. Wait a minute. Dirt, rock. This actually does do them all. It just doesn't do like all these. Because I'm concerned about, I mean, that would probably work. I just wonder what the radius is on it. 5 meter. Okay, so we can get a longer one of these. That might work. Otherwise, like I said, it would be cool to try one of these AGI ones because it's, but I'm not sure what these pick up, if it would be everything or not. 18, but this is way cheaper. And we know it'll work according to the picture. Let's go to the 6.5 meter. We can change the color if we wish. Okay, let's do some red and some orange for the gearbox there. 2500, you can't go wrong with that. We'll get her hooked up and we'll drive it over there. And like I said, we'll see how it fills in the box. I imagine it'll take a little bit of time to fill up our box, and that's the time we're going to use to, like I said, we could switch to the other box if we buy one, and then we'll be able to make some time. Like there's no weight to this thing. Shortcuts. This is an awesome shortcut we put on the previous episode. Well worth it. We're making the quarry our own. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, so what we'll do, I guess we could test run it over here on the dirt pile. Like I said, I hope the radius is really good. Let me put it in on the corner maybe. And then we can just swing in easier when we hoping this works out fairly well. get this out of the way. With a little bit of luck, these ideas will pan out. This is probably good to have this one if it's light. We can actually move it on this dirt. It's not even sinking in the ground. That's nice. A little bumpy here from the wheel loader. Let's see. Will that work? Let's do... Let's controls on here. Turn on B. Awesome. I was just saying, I hope it doesn't go in the ground, and it's not. But we definitely picked some dirt up. We got 603 liters in the conveyor here. What does the on full do? Oh, it gets rid of the trailer. The hitch. It doesn't want to turn just a little bit. Let's move it over just a little bit here. That's how I want it. Right in the corner would be perfect. So now, again, with a little bit of luck, let's just check if we can actually get under this with the unit on the truck. Gonna be really tight, I think. So it'd be nicer to have a bigger one. But like I said, I'm not gonna actually do that anyway. We'll come through and then we'll just go like this. And hopefully this works how I think it should work. There, we're already loading before we're even down. And then ideally we can just unhook. And like I said, we'll be able to go get the other container over in the rock area. The question is the radius of the picked up going to do this whole pile, or would it have to get moved? I'm hoping there's a good radius on this, because that's kind of the difference between this working and not working. Yeah, it's going to take a while to fill up too. So I think what we'll do while that's doing its thing, we'll get this out on the road. We can send this over on a... Let's fold that up so it's not dragging. We'll send this over on a worker, and then we got to run down there with the other truck to get another auger so we can do the rocks. We're streamlined. This is going to be so good. We're going to save so much, like, headache. Don't get me wrong, the wheel loader's good, but it will get really old real quick if we have to do all that way. And eventually, like I said, the rocks will probably catch up, so we're still going to need the wheel loader. If not, you know, we had our enjoyment with it. We can just go ahead and sell it and take the cash. See how good the worker is going to work here to get to the shop. I hope they can do it all right. Let's get out of all this stuff so they don't run into anything. Alright, let's give this a shot. See if a worker can handle the job. Let's see. Set destination. Let's just get them right down to... Can they... I don't know if they'll be able to pull in there. Let's just at least get them to here. Can they do that? I think they can do that. Now we'll take the small truck here and we'll get another conveyor. Oh shoot! Came around that corner way too fast. Looks like the driver made it here. It's awesome. I guess we'll get container on there and we'll get them sent back down right away. Let's just put this off to the side. Let's see, we're gonna need another conveyor. Let's just go with the same one. They're cheap. 6 meters, of course. I wish they had a little bit bigger one, but it is what it is. And let's do a different color this time. Let's do maybe a green. And then let's do the same green here. And then like a... Actually, I kind of like that yellow up there, so let's leave that. Configuration. What is the configuration? Oh, the hopper. No, we don't want that. Perfect. Another 2,500 there. And then, like I said, we have to get the containers. Should we get a different one, or should we use 39.5 and 39.5. The issue is, I mean, those are pretty much the same, I guess. Let's get the other one. This one's way too small, and then we want to make sure we get as much as we can get. This one just basically got the logos. I guess you can take the decals off too. Maybe it's just a tad bit different looking. Let's leave the logos on there to differentiate a little bit. We already did green, so let's do like we'll do a yellow. A little more, that looks more realistic. Kind of a lighter kind of yellow. Let's do that. That is 12,500. At least we can afford it. And then we can send that back down on a worker. And we can meet him down there. That's what I really like about this, because now we're going to utilize the brilliance of this mod. Or I should say DLC from Giants. Cool to have more than one container. What it's made for. Excellent. This one actually has a dump door open straight up instead of the two. So yeah, it's a little different. Traffic is getting nuts here, it looks like. I don't know if... Let's get them on the dirt road, and then we'll send them off. So they're off of there. And then we could try to get them here, but they're probably gonna have a tough time getting through that gate if I had to guess. I think this idea is going to work really well, though. All right, let's head on back. That's definitely a light auger. Yeah, this one, let's see. We're going to want this kind of in the same spot on an angle. Well, yeah, it'd be nice to probably put it, we'll figure it out here. I want to make it easy to do when we come through and drop it. Turns a lot better on the hard surface. Yeah, if we could just make it, again, probably in the corner. Even if we went like this. Oh no! It's on, but it's not putting anything in there. It's not picking up gravel or the rocks. Oh, I hope that was going to work. I don't think it's going to, though. Let's try this. Probably, like I said, it's not going to work because it didn't get in the conveyor. Oh no. Yeah, it's running, it's just not picking anything up. I thought it said rocks on there. Yep, oh, it must be lime. Oh no. Yeah, this is the rock symbol right here. Oh no. So, I mean, we could buy these two and then we'd be good to go. I mean, we could keep that one and put it over the sand pit. We're gonna need it anyway, eventually. Probably not a bad idea to keep it. It's just a shame we can't utilize it right now. Yeah. Did we dare drive over there like this? Probably not. Trial and error is the best way to figure things out. Sometimes the icons look similar. We could sell some sand too to make some money and get ahead. Should be able to pick this up. Turn it on. We'll know right away. Oh yeah. Yep, that'll... So it's not a waste. We can definitely use it. Yeah, so I think we're gonna have to... This one won't be high enough. We'll have to get both of these. Which we're a little shy on cash. I just really wonder if the AGI one would work. But if this one didn't work, I assume that one wouldn't work. It would make more sense that you couldn't pick up rocks with these kind of conveyors because they're augers. So it makes sense that you would have to get the belt one. Let's just for realistic, yeah, let's just say we got to use the belt. I want to use a different color besides red because that's what everybody uses. It's like the default. Let's do the brown. We'll buy that, and then we need 38,000 yet for that one. 38,000 we need. Let's go ahead and borrow that much. Alright, and then a little bit of a setup task, but it will be worth it in the long run. We're gonna have to make 2 trips, unfortunately. I think the idea is to put it off to the side here. We might have to use a little magic to get it where we want. Because ideally it'd be nice to just back up and then have it straight, you know, fill. Then we could hook up easy and then just grab it. So I don't think we need to... see, I guess that's up all the way. No, we're gonna have to extend it out because it'll be too small. Yeah, it's just gonna get stuck a little bit here. That's fine. We'll have to persuade it here. I'm thinking we don't even really have to hook up to that, do we? That's can we more like that, or is that... Then we can just back it straight up here. That might work. Can we hook up? And that is up all the way, I believe. Yeah, so we'd have to extend this way if... Let's see where we can get that container. This might actually be pretty good. You can actually fill it too without unhooking, but... I don't know how that's going to work once that pile starts getting smaller or bigger. It might get jerked around. We might have to find a better spot. But for now, we'll try it here. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, we just like unhook, let that fill. We can go over, grab the other one. I think we have a setup here. And we can take this one to our cement plant. Oh, we get this back. Wrong way. We'll have to park that one the other way, I think, next time. But again, this should save us a lot of hassle. And maybe we'll use the wheel loader, maybe we won't, but... Seems like we go through rock pretty fast. So we might have to use it to get the rock on the sides there. When and if we catch up to the supply. We're gonna move that. Let's go ahead and move that wheel loader so it's not in the way here. We did pay a pretty penny for this. Not to say we didn't get our use out of it. We sure did. The more we can automate stuff, the better. Now, eventually, like I said, we're going to have to use that sand over at the brick factory once we buy that, which will be a long ways down the road. But we could get another container and park one under there as well. So we could maybe make a sale here or there to get our money up. Although when December rolls around, that Perfarium is going to be sold, and that is worth a lot. So I think we'll have a pretty smooth budget after December, so we might not really even have to worry about that. It's just the idea of being in debt that gets you. Get this dumped, and then we'll go back and see where the rocks are at, and of course that's got to go down to our lime factory to process down there. How is that doing? I haven't looked at that in a little bit. Let's see, that's looking good. Limestone, yeah, there's still stones in there. Lime's coming out. Yeah. And then when we get tools, maybe I should go on the mod hub and try to find a forklift that's got longer forks, because that was a big issue, is the mining equipment that's just too tippy. But we could actually put it in one of these containers. You could also put the cement in here too. We don't necessarily need a flatbed. We can just push it forward. That's probably what we'll end up doing. Double stack the pallets and then push them forward. That worked pretty good, I think, using one of these containers for that. We don't necessarily, like I said, doesn't necessarily need to be a flatbed. This is probably actually better, as long as the physics don't get crazy and they jump in the air and start flying. Giants logic, you know? The shortcut, oh man, we got this, we're streamlining this so good right now. It's a little bit steep, but as long as we keep momentum. Yeah, so if we can... Let's reverse this way. And then we'll pop this in this way. I think it'll work pretty good. Let's try that. Oh, yes. I could have been forward more. I gotta realize I don't have to back up so far. Yeah, and then we'll go grab the other container while that one's filling. Oh, this is beautiful. We know automation. And look at that. Appears to be a full load ready to go. Oh, this is genius. This is what this truck was built for. Otherwise, if it was a multiplayer thing, we could have the other person filling it, you know, while we dump it. But these conveyor belts are very nice. I think this is working quite well. We're actually catching up to the demand here for the rocks. I think the rocks fill a little faster than the dirt, which makes sense because the auger, obviously, is a little smaller than doing it this way. Oh, I really like this. This is such a sweet setup. I think the dirt stopped... Did it stop filling? It might be out of the area. There's actually not too much more that the... Yeah, yep. It's definitely got a smaller radius. That's the thing, we might be better off trying to get like that other whole setup like we got for the rocks for that. I mean, we can maybe tilt it down a little bit to try to extend it, but we don't really have much room here. Doesn't turn very well. We want to make sure we're in the trigger. That's about all we're really going to get. I mean, once the pile starts getting bigger again, if they're not running, it's certainly going to be jumping around when it starts filling up again. That's going to take a little, yeah, this takes a little while. Let's check some things over while that does that. So we got the cement factory. I'll probably put another load down there once this one finishes. Get that topped up, and then we'll be good for a while. It's going to need more, well, it's got a little bit of lime. Need limestone production, we're still decent here as well. We'll let that keep doing its thing. I wish this had a bigger radius on it. That might be the need for us to upgrade, but again, we're kind of like caught up on dirt over there too, so it's not like we really need... This fills up really fast, let's be honest. So it's not like we'd really have to max it out that much. How much does the brick factory cost us when we do that? Visits. 850,000. Yeah, so I mean, we could get it pretty soon, I think, but it's gonna take... We still have a loan yet. It'd be nice to get out of that debt. And what was it we had to deliver? Yeah, cement bags. If we could deliver that to that bridge, I mean, they'll pay us for it, which is nice. Cement bags. Concrete bridge. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. We'll deliver some over there. And I'm trying to think of what else that could actually need. It is right down here. No, that's the wooden one. Here's the concrete one. We have to actually buy tools. It shows progress. I like that. They finally added... Did they add that to everything, or is that just... That might have been part of the other mod I have for the information. Which is nice. It really should have had the progress so you know where you're at. I think we could deliver in any order. But we'll be able to complete this. Save the town. At least they'll have a way across. There's that other bridge, but it's kind of... It's not the best bridge in town, that's for sure. So just notice the sand is actually at the highest price. Actually, it's not really that much of a price fluctuation. But we could deliver a load over there. And it gives us a chance to try that out. We're going to wait for this to finish up filling, and then we'll go do that. There isn't much left. Instead of waiting, let's just grab a load with the front loader. That's what it's for. Can't get too lazy at the automation when you got the front loader right here. We could just substitute with this if we ever get kind of bottleneck like this. Again, I got the majority of the pile, so that's pretty good. And then if it's just, like I said, we get caught up here like this, and we'll just dump. Or did it fill already? It might have it just filled it all. But I guess we kind of got an idea of what we can do if we're waiting on the conveyor. That last 5% went really fast. Coming up crooked, is it gonna work? Snap. Good old snapping. Try to get some air going down the road here. I shouldn't say air, I should say momentum. Get up this other hill. That works pretty good. I like it. I like it a lot. We are definitely automating. Alright, excellent. Another load. In you go. We might not actually have to deliver dirt for a while. Look at that, 229,000. Excellent. Let's go get a load of sand. And we'll make sure, well, I mean, that auger obviously does work, but let's go ahead and fill it up here. And we'll deliver that, get some income. Like I said, if we can sell a load here or there, why not? And we could pay back some of that loan. And I think we definitely have a good thing going here. Like I said, we might buy another container, then we always got another one that's ready to go if we need it. This truck is actually paying for itself. Because it's saving so much time, we could just drop the container off. Cutting out a lot of work. And this will go to the brick factory when we do it. I suppose we could just... Can we just leave it on, or is that too tall? Yeah, we can just leave it on. I think. Nope. Thought we could have got away with it. No big deal. Fill her up. Excellent. A little extra cash. I went through that pile pretty quick. We'll get this on over to the brick factory. And then I think we'll pay off a little bit of our loan. Everything's replenishing nicely. See, I believe it was not this turn, but the next will get us there. Again, someday we will own this. Probably in the not too distant future. And that was, yeah, right up here on our left, I believe. Yeah, right here, I think. Like so. Bam! Time to get some money for a change instead of using money. Ah, 24,168. Let's go into the loan. So we can kind of start paying some back. Let's, yeah, repay. Excellent. So there's only 105 left. That gets our payment down. Okay, so what I think we're going to do is we're going to leave it there for today's episode. I guess on the next one, we're going to have to continue to make sure our lime is going. We're probably going to have to get some more tools and then maybe mining equipment. What I'm going to do is as soon as I get off here, I'm going to jump on the mod hub and I'm going to see if I can find a forklift with extended forks. And then we'll put that at the warehouse area. So when we get the mining stuff, we can actually make it really easy. And like I said, we could probably actually even put it in here. It actually, I think, worked pretty good. Yeah, maybe I'll drive this down to the warehouse. And I'll go on Mod Hub and see. I know there's extended fork mods on there. And then we'll get one of them. And then we'll actually probably have to persuade, I think, the place that they need to get one. Because we're buying products from them. They should flip the bill. And then we could probably stick that other forklift somewhere else, or they can keep it there. Whatever happens, I guess. We'll see how it goes. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you on the next one. We get to drive by our house on the way back. It's been a while since we've been at our house. I guess I went there when we slept, but yeah, look at that.